It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
The psychic Sylvia Browne very often has prior knowledge of the people she's going to read. She'll throw out generalities when she doesn't. She'll make stuff fit. And it'll seem to be very clear and concise to those who wish to believe. And if people are just watching the show, or a show she's appeared on in the past, they might be impressed. They might even go out and buy her book. But in actuality, she's not offering anything of any great value whatsoever. Her most famous predictions are the ones she's got wrong. The predictions she gets right, usually by chance or by changing the prediction, are largely irrelevant. Not exactly world changing. Most of her, very clear predictions are set in the distant future. So she'll be long dead, and the people who've heard these predictions will be, forgetting them by then. She's made predictions about 100 years from now, and domed cities, and various other ideas, which are within popular fantasy and science fiction already, and are considered by modern science as being perhaps an alternative to certain situations and conditions about us. Her most famous recent failure was with Amanda Berry. A woman, a young woman, a girl really, who went missing. Sylvia told her mother on the Montel Williams show that the girl was dead, murdered, and she described roughly where she was buried. The mother died, assuming that her daughter was dead, perhaps in heaven waiting for her. In actuality, the daughter was not dead. She was being held captive by a man who would routinely abuse her and two other girls. Sylvia Browne should be, right now, so overexposed as to be unable to sustain her organisation, you would think. And yet there are many, many believers out there who are excusing Sylvia Browne's mistake, Sylvia Browne's blatant error and fraud, and trying to say that, psychics, they're not perfect all the time. Sylvia Browne's own organisation has said the same thing, that Sylvia does not claim to be 100% accurate. Well, she failed. She has been exposed once again, and I hope she gets exposed time and time again until her organisation, her own little pseudo-religion, is finally shut down. How many other people will be basically abused by this woman and her alleged psychic gift in order for her to make lots of money and for them to get nothing more than a cold, vacuous level of comfort, which really is not anything of any value at all. Not genuine comfort, not genuine fact, but someone saying it's going to be okay because they have psychic powers, so therefore they know it's going to be okay. That is not worth diddly in my book. And deluding yourself that things are going to be okay in some way, shape or form, is not living in the real world. You'd be living in a fantasy. You'd be living with what you want to hear as opposed to what is actually true. If that suits you, go ahead, sign up. However, if you value what is actually real, you may want to consider not listening to ridiculous frauds like Sylvia Browne.
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.